All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Arakakwadash, double honors to the apostle of the great millstone, and salute signs to you brothers out there preaching his words, sharing in truth. All right, I got this article here from Zero Hedge. Days after Biden hailed NATO as more unified than ever, a split emerges over talking to Putin. Okay. Which, according to the Bible, NATO and the European Union is known, but the European Union is known as the 10 horns that's on the beast, and NATO is known as the 7 heads. All right. But the Lord is causing a separation, okay? A separation in the those allied countries with America. America is known as the harlot, all right? The harlot, Great Babylon, all right? The harlot just sat on top of the beast, which is NATO and the EU, okay? And what America does is basically controls, manipulate the rest of the nations that's allied with them. Okay, so whatever America does, America's look, those European countries look at America like, let's say, the big brother, as you could say. All right, as the focal point of decision making. All right, because America's military is way stronger than the countries they're allied with. So these NATO and European Union countries, they basically look at America as their leader. But over the years, these allied countries with America have been having different thoughts. It has been not jiving with America like that, and they're basically European Union. They get a lot of imports from Russia. As for the fuel, all right, the gas, and that's a whole big debacle. Okay. But let me continue on. Recall that Biden and Brussels just days ago hailing a NATO North Atlantic Treaty Organization that's more united than ever, as France 24 and others reported. And that's a lie. Okay? Russian President Vladimir Putin has banked on NATO being split when he launched an invasion on Ukraine last month. But Putin actually sparked the exact opposite, with the alliance now being more unified than ever. Yeah, and that those European countries, they think that Russia shouldn't have took Ukraine, but hey, that's all Bible prophecy, and also Bible prophecy is going to state what I'm going to bring out in Revelation the 17th chapter, that these allied countries with America, they're going to turn on America. Yeah. U.S. President Joe Biden said at NATO G7 summit in Brussels on Thursday, and now on Monday, NATO allies are said to be split on whether they should talk to Putin, which also comes after weeks of France Emmanuel Macron coming under the intense pressure for being among the only Western leaders willing to frequent phone calls directly with Putin seeking a de-escalation. Macron, it should be remembered, was the first to criticize Biden over the U.S. president's remarks suggesting U.S. policy is now regime change in Russia. We shouldn't escalate with words or actions, Macron said. As NATO allies discuss the terms of any potential peace deal to be struck between Russia and Ukraine, signs of strategic splits are emerging from within the ranks, writes Bloomberg. With the war now in its second month, a series of dilemmas are coming into sharp focus over which conditions would be deemed or could be deemed acceptable by Ukraine for any accord, especially as regards security guarantees alliance members might be able to offer Kiev. Man. You can see the leaders of the the horns, NATO and the EU. All right. Let's see. Let's read this paragraph. Divergences have also come into more public view, also giving Ukraine's President Zelensky has opened back off a path to NATO membership, saying neutrality is now on the table, but while also desiring individual security alliance with Kiev backers. Speaking of NATO security documents being hotly debated, Bloomberg comments the UK, Poland, and other Central and Eastern European nations, with the exception of Hungary, are skeptical that Russia's president is serious about negotiating an acceptable peace deal, according to the same document. I mean, well, let's just hypothetically say it's a peace, but you know what the scriptures say when they say peace, peace, there's sudden destruction. All right. So prophetic Bible prophecy says in Ezekiel 38 chapter, the Lord's going to turn the hooks and bring thee back. And that's talking about Russia. Put hooks in their jaws and bring thee back. And bring them back to that Soviet Union power, man. Okay, so Russia has to take over Ukraine. It has to take over the surrounding countries, the surrounding countries that once was in the Soviet Union. All right, so that's Bible prophecy. The Lord is doing that, man. Okay. But you want to read the rest of this article, Zero Hedge, it was uploaded, well, I don't tell you the date, but you can look for the title. But Revelation 17 and 16, right? Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to start it. Revelation 17 and 16, and the 10 horns, which is the European Union, okay? And that was the beginning of the European Union, those 10 countries, the 10 European countries. All right, and I believe it's double now. And the 10 horns was thou sawest upon the beast; these shall hate the whore. Okay, the whore represents America, and the beast represents the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Okay, and that's going into these countries that's allied with America. They're going to eventually shoot missiles on this place. Okay, it's something that America is going to do, that will have these nations shoot missiles and burn America with the missile fire. All right, and the Lord's going to turn these nations, all these nations is allied with America, which was the whore. They're gonna shoot missiles, man. For the Most High, Yahweh had put it in their hearts to fulfill His will. Okay, so whatever these, what anybody does, the Lord actually puts it in their heart to fulfill His will. Okay, and that counts to the elite bankers. All right, because Esau, Edom, they're the left hand of the Most High, and the sword on the left hand side. Esau is still under control of the Most High, man, Yahweh, through his son Yahushua. And to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. Okay, so the Lord is fulfilling His prophecies. Okay. Uh, yep. Let's see. Grab Obadiah. Obadiah. Now, Obadiah was. Let me start it. Start the first verse. Now, Obadiah. This whole chapter, the whole book of Obadiah is really getting on Esau, Edom. You know, it say Edom will be humbled. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord Yahweh concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador said among the heathen, Arise ye, let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. Yeah, hey, that's Esau, the so-called white man. He's greatly despised, man. Okay. All the nations don't like this man. Don't like this particular race of people, which is Esau, Edom. The pride of their heart have deceived thee, that thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Yeah, that's Esau, man. Esau's technology, he thinks he has the greatest technology in the universe. That's what Esau thinks, man. Okay. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, you know, space stations and stuff like that. Thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. Okay, so Esau got his space stations, you know. Well, they started back in the late '60s, sending rockets up there, up in space, and since then that's when the Lord started bringing down, and Israel started to wake up. So when the Lord started to wake us up in the late '60s, man, you know, that's when the Lord started bringing this kingdom down, Esau's kingdom. If these came to thee, robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All right, this is the point right here. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. See that? The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. Okay, so the whole nation of Edom, the Lord is causing divisions. All right, divisions, opposing thoughts, war. All right, so that's what the Lord's doing. You know, with America, NATO, and the EU, Russia. You know, those are primarily those are Edomite countries. And also, the Lord is going to include these other heathen too, man. You know, the Moabites with the Chinese, Japanese, Ammon, Ishmael. You know, the Arabs, Elam. You know, the Iranians and the Indians. You know, and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in them. Shall I not in that day, says the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau? Yep, and the Lord's going to destroy all your gods that you worship. You know, it's all your science. And the Lord's going to destroy all of that, man. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed. You know, the Temanites, the Germans, you know, the Edomite Germans, okay, shall be dismayed, because the Germans are known to be the smartest sector, the smartest, smartest group of Edomites. You know, because they got the nuclear technology. Shall be dismayed to the end that everyone of the mouth of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. And that's going to happen. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, which are the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Yep. And Esau going to be cut off forever at the end of his 1,000 years slavery under the Israelites, i.e. Jacob. Okay. But that's pretty much all I got. See you in the next video. Shalom.